Stuck in my thoughts too long. Reaching out, I've seen I'm wrong, but I will not remain gone. Let's wrap it up. We can seal it off. Right all our wrongs. It's easier to understand intrusive thoughts, keeping me from moving on. I can see these lies pushing down on me. These words all have some relief. We will see these things so we can breathe. Feeding these flames and toss of honesty. The pressure we feel, compressing my will, distracting my mind from keeping my eyes pale. We've been put in a place where we could stay occupied. I've been stuck in my thoughts too long, reaching out, I've seen I'm wrong, but I will not remain gone.
The song is Remain Gone. It's brand new from our good friends over at Strange Culture. Tonight, yes, we're leaving him a new song. And there's a reason why we'll talk about it in a second. As we shut down, bring him down a little bit and shut down Strange Culture. Thank you guys. Spoke early today with my good friend Nick Schubert of Strange Culture. And he's like, dude, can't wait for tonight. How about popping on our song for the dudes? And I'm like, of course. Why not? Whoops. There it is. Wow. Couldn't get it.
No.
They changed the outlook on it tonight. So I was like, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. A very Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and all that good stuff. Strange Culture Remain Gone opens us up tonight. Love it. Love them guys. That is a brand new song. We're going to talk about a show they got coming up later tonight, December 30th, with Sponge and Tantra. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But good evening there, ladies and gentlemen. This is Tuesday night. We are 100% live. It's the You Show.
Yo ho ho.
Yo ho ho show indeed. Yes. I'm Jeff the Shark Perini with me again for this Tuesday night. Looking festive. Actually, Rain Sparkles. Welcome and a Merry Christmas. With me as always, she is the co-hostess with the mostest, the sister from another mister, and the most beautiful face in all of podcasts, webcasts, broadcasts, Christmas episodes, and more. The one and only Jewel Teddy. Jewel, good evening.
Good evening. I just said to Jeff, bah humbug. Oh, I can't. I can't do it.
It's a tough holiday this year. I am still festive AF. Because I've got
For sure.
I've got the Christmas layout. I've got the coquito going here.
What is that? What you got?
Coquito. It's like
Minus one?
it's like a
Eggnog?
spiked eggnog.
Oh.
Jason in the house. What is up, my good dude? Merry Christmas to you as well. Rain Sparkles and Angel Lender, both of you.
Yeah, I can't do this anymore. This is
Jewel, we talked about. Jewel's already done with Christmas. I'm going to try and hang in as long as I can.
Happy New Year.
There we go. We talked about having a Christmas episode, playing some Christmas music, which we still might do. But again, my good man Nick Schubert reached out and he said, dude, how about this band? I want to see if you guys can get this band. And then a few other people started mentioning it right afterwards. So I'm like, let's give it a shot. So when they say yes, you 100% cancel everything. You change your plans around and you make it happen, because tonight, where the heck is the banner? I'm getting so bad at this. Tonight, coming up at 8:30, it is the one, the only, York, PA's own Sick Century. Woo! Jewel, I've been blasting it throughout the house, throughout the car. I am in love with what I'm hearing.
Oh my God, they're amazing. I know. I'm so excited for tonight. What a
Likewise,
day.
yeah, I've been nervous. I've been excited.
Yeah.
A lot of emotions going on again, thanks to Nick. And he's like, dude, how about dropping our song in the beginning? Maybe 6th Century getting near on it. Trust me, I want to put this together. I love it. I love these bands. So
I
excited.
think that should stay.
Right? I like it a lot. No offense to St. Ricketts, but is there even a St. Ricketts anymore?
I didn't think
Boys?
so.
It doesn't seem that way.
Okay.
You know, the beauty thing about the Tuesday night episodes, my wife comes in from work. She works till 7, gets here right at 8, so the dogs are freaking out as soon as the show starts.
It's just a part of the show, man.
It has become
Part of
a
the
part of the
life.
show.
It's
You know what
festive.
else is
Dogs barking.
I know,
Children
right?
screaming.
The most wonderful time of the year? Not only is that a part of the show,
I'm
but part of
happy.
the
It's fine.
I've got a festive backdrop. I got a sweater that says
What's
"Kiss
your
Me
hat
Under the
say?
Mistletoe."
Oh, kiss me
It
under
says
the mistletoe.
"Festive AF." The
Ah.
sweater is "Kiss Me Under the Mistletoe." There's an arrow. There's some mistletoe. It's pretty filthy.
I actually had to buy a new mistletoe because I don't know where my last mistletoe went off to, but I bought a new one and I saw a funny meme. It's like, instead of kissing under the mistletoe, we should fight in front of the mistletoe and call it
Yeah,
mistletoe.
I like that.
Yeah. No fighting. No fighting. It's Christmas time. It's no fighting.
Sure. You deal mostly with family at Christmas time, and who do you roll with quite like your family? Sure. So we talked about the dogs barking had become part of the show. Another thing that's part of the show was top 5 list. And Jewel, I was shocked how quickly I finished this. Shocked.
Oh. Yeah, because you were not feeling this.
Top 5 albums of the 1950s. We've done the 2000s, the 90s, the 80s, the 70s, the 60s, and tonight, top 5 albums of the 50s, Jewel. And I'm coming right out of the gate at number 5 with this self-titled album from Mr. Buddy Holly.
Ew.
Man, just say Buddy Holly. Yeah, Buddy Holly was
Hey,
one
what
of
did
the
Buddy Holly actually sing? I don't know.
Peggy Sue and stuff like
Peggy
that.
Sue.
Yeah, he's got more. He's got a lot of great hits. And he is coming in at number 5, like a rock and roll god in our era. Number 4, Chuck Berry is on top by Chuck Berry.
King
And
of rock and roll right there.
King of rock and roll. And I got to tell you, one of my first very favorite guitar players. Love Chuck Berry, love the Duck Walk, love the songs, some great stuff. A lot of people are like, oh, it all sounds repetitious. Man, that was rock, man. They were discovering it back then. So yeah, Chuck Berry, number 4. And the guy that they're neck and neck, I got to tell you, at number 3, it's Here's Little Richard by Little Richard. I can't even try to do it, but love me some Little Richard, an underrated performer, although a lot of people think he's huge. But Little Richard was just such an outstanding artist. And again, you're talking about pioneers. Another awesome pioneer, Brent Worrell in the house with you. And number 2 and number 1, Jewel, these are pretty easy, but I had to pick the album because there's so many of them of the 50s from this guy, but it's Come Fly With Me by Frank Sinatra.
Oh.
At number 2, some great classics, and of course Sinatra. Well, the 50s were starting to get into the rock and roll era. Sinatra's hanging on to the crooner stuff and the big band sound, etc. So a nice mix in the 50s. Number 1, Jewel, we may have the same, but I don't know how you feel about this artist. Anyway, number 1 for me is Elvis Presley's self-titled debut album, Elvis Presley. Let's face it, people talk about the eras of the Michael Jacksons of the world, and certain certain bands that stick out as absolutely legendary. Elvis Presley, one of the greats of that era, one of the greats of all time. Elvis Presley at number 1. Oh, Galaxy always burns plays every place down. You have to tell me what I'm missing. Number 1, Elvis Presley. Jewel Tatey, I've got to hear what you managed to do with best albums of the 50s.
Yeah, it's so interesting, right? Like, what am I going to pick? Well, we have
Yeah.
the same number 1, so there's your answer.
There's no Bruce, there's no Eminem.
I know. Well, this I love the 50s. I should have been born in the 50s, I feel. And I love doo-wop, man. But kicking off, I mean, so doo-wop. How more doo-wop can you get than the Chordettes with
Oh yeah.
album Best and Lollipop and Mr. Sandman? I mean, they totally ripped like a lot of the other girl groups, which I try to include, but I'm so mad because the girl groups that I wanted to include, like the Crystals and the Shirelles are on here. All right. So number 5, the Chordettes. Number 4 is the Shirelles, who brought it with, Mama Said and Baby It's You. And then Beatles did a remake of Baby It's You. And then Smith did a remake of Baby It's You, which is probably my favorite version. But the Shirelles were great.
You did away with the albums like a couple episodes ago.
Huh?
You did away with actual albums like a couple episodes ago.
No, these are the albums. The album is Tonight is the Night by the Shirelles. The Chordettes
Oh.
album is Best. I'm not skipping on the assignment, Jeff. I'm doing the assignment. Number 3 is, what the hell is this album called? The Platters. The Platters, and the album is called Remember When, but the Platters have such great hits like Smoke Gets in Your Eyes and Twilight Time.
There were so many, not to stop you, so many just amazing romantic songs, man.
You know?
Too, like wow.
They just want to go to like a hop. And
Right,
see-
they really poured their heart out to these ladies in the 50s. Wow.
they really tried.
Yeah.
And they beat their wives. Number 2, Philly Girl, Miss Connie Francis. Hello.
Love it.
Yeah, and the
Love
album
Connie
is The
Francis.
Exciting Connie Francis, but she came out and she had Stupid Cupid, Where the Boys Are. Yeah, if you don't like Connie Francis. Remember in The Craft when she's like, I just want a jukebox with nothing but Connie Francis songs. And I thought
No.
that was like the
And I
coolest
love
thing
the
ever.
crap.
And
What's it
number
called?
one,
Was it The
Mhm.
Exciting Connie Francis? And number one
Yes.
was okay, Elvis.
Elvis. It's got to be on there. But Elvis attributes Chuck Berry to being king of rock and roll. Grew up with that soul, and yeah, it's like a lot of artists just ripped styles of the other artists who did it
Yeah.
right, and never got the credit. And there were so many members of bands that didn't get credit. If you watch, there's a great documentary. It's called The Wrecking Crew. If you haven't seen it, it's a great documentary about albums of the 50s and 60s and these bands, and they were just like musicians that would fill in for these bands, and they never got the credit, they never got paid. Darlene Love is like a classic
Jeez.
example of that. She just never got the attributes and the accolades that she was granted, but she really is now. She's like, people love her now and they respect her. I got the chance to see her live, but 20 Feet from Stardom is another great documentary you can watch on music of the 50s and 60s.
Love it. Lay some docos on me. That is top 5 albums of the 50s. And I'll repeat mine real quickly. Number 5, Buddy Holly, self-titled album, Buddy Holly. Number 4, Chuck Berry is on Top by Chuck Berry. Number 3, here's Little Richard by Little Richard. Number 2, Frank Sinatra's Come Fly With Me. Number 1, Elvis Presley's self-titled album, 6th Century. Give us a wink. They'll be out shortly. We're going to play some songs too. I'm very excited. Great night on tap. Jewel came back at number 5, the Chordettes with Best Of. I think I kind of botched that a little bit.
It's called Best.
Number 4, the Shirelles with The Night. Tonight is the Night. Jesus. Gotta see how little room I had to write with. Number 3 is the Platters, Remember When. Number 2, the Exciting Connie Francis by Connie Francis. Number 1, Elvis Presley's Elvis. Jewel. Awesome.
Awesome.
So awesome. Speaking of awesome, we're going to jump right into this because this is awesome. Before the dudes get out there, I usually like to play a song from the band before they get out here, so we're not all sitting around listening to our horrible audio. Winter Rain is just wow. It's one of the hot new songs. It's getting all kind of acclaim and accolades from 6th Century. We're going to play it right here on the program. And remember, if YouTube blocks it, if Facebook blocks it, you can always catch it on YouTube.
Might.
Let's set it up
You
there.
just might.
Let's make sure we got it here. Let's get me and Joel out of the screen, and then we're going to play it. 6th Century Winter Rain on the Ocean. We'll be back in about 4 minutes. You can't help but enjoy. Holy shit, enjoy.
I long to imagine a change, but my heart is frozen by the winter rain. Long ago, it was all a mistake. Now my heart is finally frozen by the winter rain. Feel like a change. You found me in the grave, and I've been on the run, living like a renegade. If far away, can life come the same way you rise to roam? Let the rain fall. I long to imagine a change, but my heart it froze by the winter rain. Long ago, it was all a mistake. Now my heart is frozen by the winter rain. It's cold, but I'll escape. It hasn't been so long, and we're back from where we came. Far away's the frequency. Invited are the broken, but my faith is frozen. I long to imagine a change, but my heart it froze by the winter rain. Long ago, it was all a mistake. Now my heart is finally frozen by the winter rain. By the winter rain. My heart is cold as ice. My heart is cold as ice. I'm out of faith, but I try not to isolate, but the hardest thing to take. It feels like I'm waking up, but I keep walking in my sleep. I long to imagine a change. My heart is finally frozen by the winter rain. Long to imagine a change, but my heart it froze by the winter rain. Long ago, it was all a mistake. Now my heart is frozen by the winter rain. By the winter
Holy moly. You know, Jewel, when I play a song like that and I listen to it and I watch it, I find it impossible to believe that the human beings responsible for that kind of art are coming on my show. Our show, sorry. But I mean, I can't believe it.
I'm so excited. It's just, I'm so excited for tonight. It's such a big night, and what a way to like end the year. I'm thrilled. But
Yeah.
man, they're good. We have, I'm not going to do the accent, but a fan from down under.
I know. I was ready to do the accent. Big shout out to Kat. Hello there. 6th Century just rock. Winter rain is so good. Amen. Big Aussie love from down under. Melbourne, hashtag sicko for life. And of course, is the name of their followers. I kind of love it. Kind of want to be a sicko. I'm already a sicko.
Can I
For
ask
life.
you if you're like a Men at Work fan? Because I love that song.
Wow. It's kind of like night and day from what we just heard.
Well, Joey's like been watching the show, and it's about these mermaids, and they're Australian. And the word that I'm trying to learn is how they say no, because they go, no, no. It's very like drawn out. And
Please send your hate mail to Jewel Tatey, courtesy of the Yo Show. Jesus Christ. Way to lay him out.
and do you
Ladies and
like
gentlemen in the house,
That's
Mr.
just-
J.D. Wolf. Merry
Yeah.
Christmas. You
Merry
filthy
Christmas?
I hope you caught the song, dude. I mean, we've got another one for
Okay.
later, but man, this is a band that's definitely going to be in the J.D. Wolf radar. York, Pennsylvania, Jewel. Been there plenty of times. Got friends up there. There's some great stuff out there.
Yeah, live
And I look-
there.
Exact Live is from there. And a little bit up, my friend used to live in Red Lion, PA, which is also a real nice town, very close up that way. And
I think one of the
What's he
band
doing?
members is from Red Lion.
this guy trying to kill me here. I was doing dishes.
Oh,
Hope my wife doesn't see
you.
it.
I'm sorry. There is nothing I'd rather see more than a man doing dishes. I
Is
think
it sexy?
the biggest thing for me is a man doing dishes. I'm like, oh,
I gotta tell you, I've had a couple exes that have said it, and at home we have a dishwasher, but my wife even gets kind of riled up just watching me empty the dishwasher.
just dishes, just dishes. I'll do the entire house. I'll take out the trash. But when a guy does dishes, and I'm like, right on. Don't let that thing soak.
Yeah, she's always like, "Oh, you emptying the dishwasher?" I'm like, "Yeah."
My beating heart.
We say, "Nah." Merry Christmas, dudes.
Ah,
Merry Christmas, dude. Nah or
Is
nah?
it
I got a nah. I'm looking at nah.
nah?
Is it nah?
No.
Score for you, dude.
No. That's how you guys say it.
Yay.
No.
Yeah, she's
Correct
telling
me
an
if I'm
Australian. That's right. Please correct her if she's wrong. It's
I
killing
know
us
never
over
to
that.
call a Kiwi an Aussie. I knew that. So,
Okay, well, we're an
Do you know
Aussie, a
what
Kiwi,
Kiwi
I
is,
mean,
Jeff?
eh?
do you know what a
Not
Kiwi
really.
is?
No.
Kiwis are from New Zealand. And you shouldn't get them mixed up because they get mad.
Wow. Okay, I got it.
It's real.
I'm sure it is. We talked about strange culture, and I wanted to share this real quickly. Because if you haven't gotten your ticket yet, go out and get it. The graphic's not great. Matter of fact, that's not even the graphic. That's how bad it is. There's the graphic. December 30th, Jewel, our very own Strange Culture will be playing live in concert, and with them will be the legendary bands Tantric and Sponge. Incredible. The Signature Events Center, Strange Culture will be there with Tantric and Sponge, 137 Aaron Lane, Broadheadsville, PA. Doors open at 5 p.m. And Strange Culture said, hey, man, make sure 6th Century knows our name because we love them and we want to be a part.
Could you imagine a show with both of them? Be insane.
And drag along the dudes from Young Other and then pretty much leave me there for the rest of my life.
You know, just all our people. Be great.
It, the beauty of it is, and like I said before, we've had bands on here from all different types, of course. But what did I do?
JD said it's real. I know. He doesn't
Yeah,
get
it is. It's a little freakish. Maybe next week on the show, I'm going to do dishes. I'll do it from my kitchen. I'll wash dishes.
No, I don't want to see you do just.
I'm going to
the person
stand.
I'm with doing dishes.
I'm going to stand under the mistletoe and do dishes
Then I'll fight you.
next Saturday on the Yo Show.
Mistletoe.
What a mess.
It's Christmas.
Yes, we're few
Wait,
minutes.
what?
We're gonna bring out 6th Century. We're gonna chat all about it, the new music, etc. My wife just came home. Looks like she's had a rough day. It's a rough time of the year, and I just got See, I don't need to do dishes. I just got a balloon and air kiss for folding laundry, which is even sexier than doing
Aw,
dishes.
that's nice.
I
Are you a
still
good
can't believe
folder?
it. No, horrible.
Can you fold a fitted sheet? Hey,
Hey, Cassie
Hi.
is in
Merry
the house.
Christmas.
I look awful.
What's
Yeah,
up,
we're just-
man?
I'm just happy he did something, okay?
You know, this effort.
Joel, look.
You dressed up.
Wait.
What are you wearing?
Can
You're all
somebody show me how to do
festive. What does that say?
Rocking the dog mom and ant life.
Oh,
Little Hannah's here with her flannel on, and
you're the best of all of them.
I'm just a mess.
That's so cute.
Yes, Cassie is in fact in the house. So, Cass, men
Yes,
doing
yes.
dishes, hot?
Men doing any cleaning in the house is just
Men
amazing.
doing any cleaning. How about that? Wow.
Pretend like you're doing it. It's fine.
Can I get the weed, please?
I'm gonna what do you call it? I'm gonna just like clean a pair of glasses. Right? Hey, how's that look? Good
I'm
Lord.
sure she loves it.
Well, she came downstairs and she's like, "You folded all that?" Like I folded a lot of
Yeah,
laundry.
her ears perked up. Like she got the spidey sense that you were doing some type of chore. And she
Right.
came in.
That's right. She came down, but she came down to see me being all sexy on the show. And usually, like I said, we get the big screen running, so she always tries to check out the sexy guest. She's sneaky like that.
Well,
I'm onto it.
don't blame her there.
I'm onto it. It's tough not being the best looking guy in the show. It happens sometimes.
No,
I do have
week by week by week
Okay.
by
I do have a
week
beautiful box of
by week.
Target brand fabric softeners here. Dryer sheets, rather. There's the dryer sheets. All right, so hey, we bring you everything. We bring you holiday cheer, great bands, great music, and my wife, Mid Laundry. Terrific.
Amazing. That's what we love.
New sponsor. There you go. All right, let's get down to the nitty gritty because people are sick of hearing me already, and they've come
Are
for.
we all here? Should we wait? Are we good?
Are we good? You guys ready to go? Thumbs up if we're ready to rock. All right, ready to rock. Okay. So we have two of the gentlemen here right now, and why not? Let's get to it. Our guest tonight, Joel Tatey. We take a lot of pride in bands that come out here from PA, and this is really one of the kings of an amazing following, some awesome new music, and just absolutely killing it. Tonight, from 6th Century, we're going to welcome Brady and Mark. Gentlemen, get in here. Good evening, and thank you for coming on.
How's it going? Thanks for having us.
You're too kind, sir.
Thank you. To me, I think I didn't do it well enough. Sometimes I go on and on, but it kind of struck me as amazing. And a giant shout out to a local band here, Strange Culture, because they love you guys. And their lead singer Nick's like, "Dude, how about 6th Century?" And I'm like, "I've heard of them." I said, "But God, do you think I can get them here?" He's like, "Can't hurt to try." And you guys responded so fast, I was blown away. So thank you so much for that.
In the flesh,
Absolutely.
and here we are.
Happy to be here.
Awesome. Let's talk about the music, man. We just played the white hot song "Winter Rain," and you were talking about the hundreds of thousands of views it's getting already. It is an incredible song, awesome video. Tell us about the creating of that song and the success you've had with it so far.
Yeah, it's crazy. It'll be at 2 million soon on Spotify. It just
Wow.
passed 315,000 on YouTube. We can't believe it, man. It's a song we released in June or July of 2022, and we never knew it would take off. It took about 11 months for it to take off, and all of a sudden we're seeing this crazy traction right now for it. And yeah, it's completely unexpected. Back to your question though, the writing process, that was kind of I don't want to say an ad nauseum because it wasn't. It was a completely different kind of song for us. And I wrote that chorus kind of like it was not staged. I put on the track, I put on the mic, and the song came straight from the heart. That's what that's the legitimate truth of that song. The chorus came straight out of me, and I wasn't trying to write anything in advance. I penned the verse and everything around it, but that's one of those songs that just kind of like shot straight from the heart. And I hope it's meaningful in that way, that people are responding to it because of that action. And that's really all I can say about it. Brady has his take on the whole process and the song, and I'm sure he wants to say a few things about it.
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, I mean, Mark definitely explained that very well. But for me, in that take, like, I don't know, I just knew the song was special the first time I heard it. And always, I mean, you always had this batch of tunes when we first started this thing, especially the EP Outer Worlds Inner Demons. It was like throwing mud at the wall and hoping something stuck. And like I said, that particular song and the song like A Million Pieces. Actually, we thought A Million Pieces was going to be the song that Winter Rain is now. So
Yeah.
yeah, but like I said, it's a special song and everything, and it's just I don't know, I don't really know what to say, man. It's very unexpected, but very grateful for how it's really kind of connecting with people. I don't think we really expected it to hit not even just rock fans, but fans of music in general to hit them in such a spot in their heart. It's pretty incredible, and the song is still exploding. It's pretty unbelievable.
It's crazy, man. And if you look at some of the YouTube comments, and they keep coming in over and over again, saying how incredible the song is and it's changed their lives and it's a masterpiece. We're like, whoa, pump the brakes. Like we're seriously, we're so grateful and humble for this thing, and we can't believe it's happening. We're just kind of sucking it all in and letting it ride and watching the process unfold.
I look at it as I say masterpiece because as I was saying to Jewel right before you guys came out, you watch it, you're listening to it, you see the video, and you're listening to music, and it's just hard to believe that we're lucky to just get your talent to come in and sit with us. It's just that great. And it brings me back because we're trying to get back to those MTV days where you told a story with a great video and an awesome song, and that's my generation of stuff. And to bring it to the new generation that perfectly, I'm going to say perfectly. Thanks, guys. Really awesome.
It's crazy if people saying it's a masterpiece. I mean, Metallica won, and nothing else matters, and that's a masterpiece. Like Winter Rain, to me, it's just it's our song. And to Brady's point, we thought the song "A Million Pieces" was we got the the goosebumps and the hair standing up on the arm for that split second in the studio. Like, okay, wow, we got a chorus finally, and it wasn't that song. It was a completely different song that got people's attention, which is pretty cool.
That's wild, but it's so great that you're proud of it. And I was watching an old interview with you guys, and you were talking about, Winter Rain and how much it meant to you while you were talking about Million Little Pieces, because that has, its own meaning and its own backstory, which I want to ask you about now. But do you attribute that to just going viral and word of mouth, and how has that exploded for you there? But yeah, I definitely want to talk about Million Little Pieces and the backstory as well.
Where did the concept for that song come from?
Do you attribute that to like going viral and just people connecting with that one especially?
I think so. I think people hooked in because of A Million Pieces. I think that's where they tuned in, and perhaps they uncovered some of the other songs on the EP, and then we released that video a good 8 months later. So maybe that was the process. Because we were hot and heavy on the album. We wanted to release something right away, so we released that one song, which we thought was going to be the single. But lo and behold, 8-9 months later, we do the video for Winter Rain, and that one becomes more of a hit for us, which is weird. It's a timing thing. I guess people just take it's a timing thing for new music and singles and how you approach it with releases. But both of those songs sort of stem from the same place for me lyrically, what they mean to me. Similar place.
Pretty.
I don't know if that answers your question.
No, yeah, absolutely. I just wanted to know, for the people who haven't heard A Million Little Pieces, just a little bit about the backstory and just the process of writing and getting that song out there.
Yeah. I think we wanted to connect with people on, I think that one came out in the dead of winter as well. Correct me if I'm wrong, Brady, but the song is about our troubles, with addiction and depression. Sometimes these issues really hit close to home in the family, especially around these times, around Thanksgiving, around Christmas. And I know I've had my share of issues with that kind of stuff in the past personally. And I see people, friends, family, people close to my friend who currently are struggling with those types of issues, and my heart goes out to people. And it's something that hits us no matter where you come from, all walks of life. And I just wanted to give a proper song to people that are going through that kind of thing, including myself.
Brady's like left us behind, man. He gave up on us.
Let's talk about
Let's say,
more
I mean,
interesting
Mark
songs,
just-
guys. Let's talk
Yeah,
about
Mark is
more rocket
crushing it,
songs.
man. Yeah, you're crushing it, man. Mark explains everything very, very well. And I mean, we're all here on the same board and have the same vision and feel the same way about our music and passion and everything. So, I mean, he just took the words right out of my mouth. That's all I can say.
I love it. And that's great, and especially when you guys are on the same page. A new fan out here in Minnesota, our good friend JD Wolf, learns a lot of bands from us. He's here. He's listening already. He's locked in. Very cool how it gets nationwide so quickly, so fast. I got to ask, this wasn't on my original question board, but I saw the picture. You guys played the York State Fair, and I have always heard the rave of the York State Fair.
Awesome.
How many people were in that crowd? Because that looks like a sensational crowd.
Yeah, man. It was, I think, from what I was told from like the main promoter, after we got off stage and everything, when we went on, it was a little over 10 to 11,000 people. And then I believe by the end of Five Finger Set, once all those people were in and everything, or should I say middle of their set, and pretty much everyone worked in, it was about 15,000 people total.
Wow.
For that show.
Yeah.
So that was pretty incredible for that being, in our hometown of York, Pennsylvania, and to play in front of a crowd like that, and the opportunity was just unbelievable for sure.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
insane.
thanks to those guys for having us out. Thank you to Zoltan, Ivan, their management, Jackie, just for taking the chance on us, because we're an unknown band. They don't know who we were really. I mean, they've had limited interactions with us, and it was really cool for them to take a chance. And we hope to play with those guys again. They're really an awesome band. And if you don't know this, I didn't know this, Brady didn't know this, but sometimes in working with people in the studio and behind the scenes, like our producer works with somebody who works for Zoltan in a certain capacity. I did not know the guy was such a humanitarian, and he's involved in all these different little humanitarian causes you would have no idea he's involved in. He doesn't brag, he doesn't boast about it, but he is truly at his heart like a true humanitarian. It's really cool to know these sort of things about bands, and the guy you wouldn't know because he doesn't talk about it. So
Yeah.
I found that really cool.
That's very cool. That's the kind of people you're going to link with.
So the interactions were good. How was the experience as a whole? Like just to be there and the aftermath and just interacting with them.
It was, I mean, from my perspective, it was pretty much everything you can imagine. You know what I mean? Like, because you always go into a situation, you got to kind of have like somewhat of a, like guard up in a sense, but, be realistic. You know what I mean? Because there's so much going on in the show like that. And, people like to, have their space and all this good stuff. But they were, like I said, like Mark was saying, everybody was very welcoming. The crowd, their Knucklehead fan base was super welcoming. Like Mark said, like even the crowd, everybody, like 98% of those people had no clue that we were a band from York, Pennsylvania. So, I think at first, I think people weren't sure what they were going to get themselves into, and it definitely like went a lot better than we anticipated. And with their crew and everything, I mean, even some of the band members took the time and were side stage and watched their set. I mean, They were super cool and very supportive of it. You know what I mean? So we're very grateful for everything that's happened, during that day and leading up to it now.
They didn't know us from Adam, man. And, we I'm sure we were all stressing out about the show, and we thought we did a good job at the end. And we look over at Andy's guitar tech, and he gives us the old thumbs up. I'm like, yeah,
Nice.
man, like, all right, we got some approval there. That was cool.
That's what it's all about, really. And it's the approval of the peers. Like I said, a lot of our friends in bands, local bands, etc., all have mentioned the name 6th Century. Everybody says, "Do it, go get them, see if you can get them." And
We're trying,
I still
man.
can't believe you guys were here. Like I'm just that impressed, and I'm that flattered that you took the time, especially right for the holiday season. Is there pre-show rituals? Is there nerves going on stage, especially in front of the big crowds, especially when the write-ups get bigger and all the hype comes out? Do you guys still like, all right, let's make sure we bring it? Do you get a little nervous? Do you have something you kind of do beforehand to get ready?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I get nervous every single time, man. If I'm not nervous, there's something seriously wrong.
You don't seem like you get nervous. You seem
I get nervous every single show. We have like a pre-show ritual that we do. We do like the stereotypical band huddle, but it's true. We have like a little pep talk, and and I'm not going to go over what we say, but I personally get those pre-show jitters, and you might not be able to see it, but underneath, I'm like, I try to make sure that either I've warmed up and I know what I'm going to do, or just typical stuff that everybody goes through. But yeah, I do get nervous.
Great.
Yeah, same here. I always get a little bit of the excitement, the jitters, anxiety kicks up a few notches. But I mean, it's the best part about it before getting on stage. I think that's what makes adding to, getting up and performing in front of people. It just brings more energy and, what you want to show people what you got. We just want to put on a show and make people smile and happy and play our tunes and do what we love to do.
Especially in front of bigger name bands. Like that's got to be really something to go out and lay out the kind of shows you're doing in front of like these bands that are there, and you guys are so close to there. Like I'm telling you, it's only a matter of time. It's all that tight.
Kind of you to say, man.
Thank you so much.
and you guys started in 2019. Was it before that, or when did you guys really get the start altogether?
That was kind of like, what was it, Mark? Probably like January of 2019, like right before COVID hit, right before everything shut down.
Yeah, it was. Maybe it was 2020.
I think.
Yeah, January
Wow.
2020 is when we really got our start. That's when we decided to make it a real band. We were Scott and I were kind of like toying around and releasing stuff as just like an art rock duo sort of thing, and we decided, we had our eyes on Nick and Brady for a little while, and we're like, all right, let's step it up a notch and get some real players here, and we decided to join forces, and it was the best decision we could have ever made. So here's to January 2020, not to fucking COVID, but
Right. Wow.
here's to Brady and Nick.
I appreciate it.
It's amazing how you bring out a positive in the COVID era, because we ask that question sometimes, but you guys were just getting off and running, which is great. The comparisons I'm reading: Disturbed, Five Finger Death Punch, and on and on. And compare all these great bands. Read an article where it said 6th Century is the most slept on band. Still think you're being slept on? You think people are starting to notice?
I love it. Yeah, I mean, I guess depends what who's looking at it. Maybe
Sure.
still sleeping a little bit, but I mean, I think people are definitely starting to recognize like
Yeah.
what we're putting out there, and I think it's weird, man. Like Mark said, like seeing these comments flood in on the YouTube, like we're starting to really see things pick up, and it's all organic. You know what I mean? Like we're completely independent. We're not running ads. We're not doing all that crazy stuff. You know what I mean? Paying for things. It's just kind of happening. It's just been a constant grind of just building content and putting out content every day, and just kind of marketing our music and stuff, and people are just gravitating to it. You know what I mean? Just kind of that word of mouth, and
Yeah,
I think
super
people are-
organic, man. Super
Yeah.
organic. And that was Cat Fruit Bat from Australia, our leader of our street team in Australia.
Yeah.
So
shout out.
Awesome.
that's another place that's starting to build some traction too. So hopefully in 24, I don't know if we'll get a chance to get out there, but we shall see. I hope we get everywhere in 24. I really do. I want to travel and play a lot of shows.
We would love to see it. We got local promoters in this area. Like, how do we get these guys? And like I said, our friends from Strange Culture, like, I asked them if they want to do something with us. Like, everybody is really onto it. Our good friend Mike Nappy, a great
That's
local artist, he said Brady is the GOAT and 6th Century is the truth, and giving out the flames, and Mark is a beast. So musicians know it, man. Musicians know great music. Like I said, everybody's coming and saying, hey, check these guys out, and why not? Another song we're going to play later is the new Seraphim, and I love that one too. Tell us about that one, because your songs have a real hard approach, a little bit of dark, but all like musically just really, to me, they're musically uplifting, even though the songs seem a little dark. So describe that style and that song.
You want to take a stab at this one, Brady?
Oh man, I think you'd be the best at explaining. I'm not gonna
All
lie.
right, all right.
I'm sorry.
Well,
It's a Christmas
I think-
song, right?
exactly. I was thinking Frank Sinatra, Jingle Bells, Tony Bennett, go. No. It was one of those. This might sound like BS, but it's not a lie at all. It's the same thing as Winter Rain. I actually wrote both of those songs within the same probably 3 weeks. So the Winter Rain, Seraphim, and this other song called End Times, which you guys will experience pretty soon.
Yes.
All three of those choruses were written probably within 3 to 4 weeks of each other. And
Wow.
when recording Seraphim, those vocals kind of came out. I put on the track. I had never heard it before. I hit play, and I just started to go just like freestyle. So sometimes the words don't come out like real words. They just come out as nonsense words. And other times they come out as like fully formed sentences or thoughts. So I'll stitch those together. But luckily in this case, like Winter Rain, I had this chorus, and it was just like this organic kind of feeling. And I think every time I try to broach on something like that, like an idea like that, I try to get closer to what the feeling actually is and try to be more specific about it and what am I feeling and what does it actually mean. So in a way, I'm trying to improve as not just a singer, but just trying to get the emotional content across and what the hell does it mean? I think it's a challenge each time. And some songs don't have that at all. Some songs are just, mental, cerebral. And that's where a lot of the heady stuff comes in. But stuff that shoots straight from the heart, I think affects people definitely on a different way. It's the same thing for me. Like when I'm listening to, I don't know, a song by 3 Days Grace or Breaking Benjamin or somebody of that caliber, I feel it in my bones. I feel the message. I don't just think it, and it's not just heady. And that's, I think that's what separates Seraphim from maybe, I don't know, Misery or some other songs. But hope that explains it a little.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Is
Because
that
I
how
lo-
you typically write?
Okay.
It's like off the cuff, or do you have to
What's
be?
it about? It's about there's concepts of duality, concepts of being held back maybe in life by something we can't quite pinpoint, and not understanding why you aren't able to etch your way along this path. You're trying to go this way, but something keeps knocking you in this direction. That's kind of what it's about.
You did work with another band we had on here, Young Other, sensational band. You guys being PA bands, there's a lot of bands in the PA area with great sound. Any bands from the PA area jump out at you guys that you're thinking about and you really think
Yes.
would help push?
Best band I've seen lately, 2 bands in Pennsylvania. One is Lives Lost and the other one is Crooked Ways. So those are 2
All right.
bands that I like the most in Pennsylvania. Tanis Pellegrini is the singer for Lives Lost, and you'll be seeing us playing with those guys pretty soon.
Very nice.
Very cool. We're excited for that. We get excited for the whole PA scene. A lot of bands that we love
It's
in
a
the
lot of
area.
great bands.
Yeah, there really is. Shocking, because there was a time when it was mostly cover bands and the same, classic rock tracks. Now there's so many bands coming out with heavy stuff, and
Well, I say it all the time. We got to help each other. We got to, I like to compete with people just like anybody else in the art. But when it comes to tactical, getting out on the street, going and playing shows in front of people, we all need to help each other. And that's the reality of the situation. I think a lot of times bands, we're either too cool for school or we try to like push each other away when we shouldn't do that. We should share the fan bases and try to work with each other to build bigger and better shows, because at the end of the day, it's just going to help everybody. And I think that's when I was coming up, I saw a lot of that hostility, animosity, um, the competition in that sense. Not in like, I want to try to write better than this guy or like this guy's stuff, or I'm trying to do it a little differently. It was, you know, screw this band. Like, I don't like any of that stuff, man. Like,
Yeah.
I want to, when I see somebody I like, I want to support them and I want them to do well.
Community over competition.
Yeah, that's what we saw here when we first started, just all these bands helping each other 6 years ago. So we just wanted to try to find more bands who are doing the same thing and really making an impact on the local scene. And, me and Jeff were both in Philadelphia, but you guys
That's cool.
like crack the scene. Like, you're on 93.3 and, Scranton radio stations. Like, how cool is it to be on the radio? Like, that's still like a dream,
believe
like
it.
get on radio stations, right? So how
Yeah.
cool, especially 93.3, because I feel like, especially like with Jackson's Local Shots, they really tried to bring these artists that deserve to have airtime on. So that's
I couldn't believe it. And then I ran into Jackie Bam Bam at the Bush show, and he's like, "Hey, why don't you, talk about your band? You like put me live on the air." I'm like,
Wow.
"Wow!" Like, these guys are super supportive. It was amazing.
That's pretty cool. Then I guess, and I know how I get when you first hear a band that sounds real cool and you want to be the first to get the name out and you want to be the first to have everybody listen to it. So I'm sure that makes the push through, because like I said, a lot of my friends are like, "Hey, by the way, have you heard of?" I'm like, "Yes." And everybody keeps saying, "Hey, you heard of the 6th Century?" So we kept building. So it's pretty cool when one person starts it and
That's
they keep
awesome.
bringing it. And we love it because we love bringing it here. And like I said, we don't really do it for the money. We do it for the fun, the enjoyment, and the thrill of meeting artists. You guys are artists. And
Dude, we
What
didn't
you
know we
bring
were
is
that
great.
popular, Brady. I don't think we had any idea. That's crazy, man.
Yeah, it's pretty unbelievable. Every day it's just like we're going back to even just the social media platforms, or even just going out. You know what I mean, playing shows or going out on the town. Like, we were at the good example. We were at the recording studio like, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks ago, and I was with Nick, our guitar player. So we decided to get lunch, and where we record is a good, a little over an hour from where where I live, but it was still cool to go in there and you're ordering their food, and the lady is looking at me like, "Dude, like, I know who you are." You know what I mean? It was just like, "You're Brady Hearn from 6th Century." I was like,
Wow.
that's crazy. Like, they're saying that they listen to your music. I love your song "With the Rain." You know what I mean? Like, you just never know, like I said, like how much your music can impact somebody who may be following your journey and stuff like that, and support it. So it's super cool, to kind of get that recognition. And you know what I mean? Because that's what you love to do. You know what I mean? Like I said, going back to if it's touching people in a certain way, and it, that makes you feel good. That's why you do what you love to do. You know what I mean?
absolutely.
I
Can't go
agree.
anywhere.
And again, just big shout out to our dude Nick from Strange Culture, who was the first guy to say, "How about 6th Century?" And he's a big fan. His band is awesome. He's like, "Dude, link us up. Let's all do a show together." I'm like, "Hey, we'll start it here and we'll work our way," because a lot of great bands out there really admire you guys, which is awesome.
Absolutely, we'd love to.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank
Awesome.
you, Nick.
And we'll work at venues. You got a new album coming out too, and the reason why I love the word album is because obviously from social media, everybody gets the singles, which is cool. Get the singles, listen to them, love them, but nothing beats a whole album to sample a bunch of songs. How's it feel to be putting out a full album? That's pretty exciting.
Yeah, man, that's what we wanted to do. We didn't have enough material. Well, we did, but I think we tried to dip our big toe in the water first before we went fully in. And now that we saw that we could do it, now we're doing it. Yeah, this is going to be a full-length album for sure, like 12 to 15 songs.
Do we have a launch date?
What's that?
Do we have a launch date? Do we have a date to get ready for?
Oh no, I don't know. I think we're still kind of undecided. I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah.
When it's done, it's done.
Right?
Right.
I'm greedy.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think what we want to do is we're working on a lot of the content right now simultaneously, videos included. And once we have that direction stabilized, I think we can make some decisions after that. we've got all the songs. We're just trying to meander in the right direction, so to speak.
Are you collaborating with any artists on the new album, or is it just?
No, not at this point. We've talked about it. We definitely talked about it, and we're open to it.
Wow.
It would
Listen
be
up
very
out there.
cool.
Well,
Yeah.
we'll see you on the road soon, though, with other people, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, we're
I-
absolutely open to it. I think it'll be very cool.
Awesome.
Mark, you definitely have the singer's voice too, but it's very deep and authoritative. At the group meetings, is everybody like, "Shh, Mark's speaking"?
No, it's not. What are you talking about, sir?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, Mark's got it on, man. I always say Mark's a brilliant gentleman. You know,
Wow.
I always love talking with him, kind of like innovating and coming up with ideas and stuff. You know, we always try to get on a conference call and kind of create, you know, more content ideas and talk about, you know, the stuff we're going to flush out and, you know, months ahead and stuff like that. And it's always refreshing to talk to him because we kind of get to bounce ideas off each other and just kind of just let it all flow. So
And
It's always a
likewise,
pleasure.
Brady Hearn, man. This is a brilliant young man over here.
All right.
He's Brady has like a talent for I don't even know how to explain it, like marketing, but like a future sense of what to do. It's kind of interesting. It's like a sixth sense kind of thing. So it's cool to collaborate and, like he was saying, bounce ideas off each other and figure out what the next moves are.
Absolutely. It takes a team, right? But
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
That's where I get amazed when you hear some of the artists, and I always talk about this because it blows my mind. Aerosmith, Kiss, they're like, you know, this is our business. We don't really have to be friends. We don't have to hang out. We don't have to be close. We're just, our music is our business. Never made sense. Does it make sense to you guys at all? Like, you don't have some kind of camaraderie, friendship, stuff like that? You got to, don't you?
Yeah, I think that's how it started out. We were friends, and yeah, I think the foundation of our band is friendship. I think business is really second. The way that we look at it is everybody happy with what they're doing, and number two, are we making the creative decisions together? And I think everything. Then three is everything that comes next.
Wow. Awesome.
Very well
Always well said. The two is just doing a great job. I'm just, you know, for what it's worth, this guy here is.
Yeah, we don't want it to be
impressed.
lame and like it's grinding and hard, and like the people that explain their situations like that, I'm like, ew, that sucks. Like we want it to be light, and we're just trying to have fun, you know, and write good stuff and outdo ourselves personally, and not trying to live up to any other kind of standard.
it's your passion. You want to do what you're passionate about, and you're great at it. What do you guys do when you're not writing and making music and promoting?
Well, that's a good question. That's pretty much all like my life is. You know, it's funny you say that because I'm thinking about it today. Like, you know, something you put like, what do you put in your Instagram bio? You know, other than music. I was thinking about that like myself. You know, over the years, I'm like, man, like the only thing I know is to, you know, better myself as a musician and like work at my craft of playing drums and stuff like that. But I mean, honestly, yeah, like outside of that, I mean, personally, I just hang with my girlfriend and puppy Winter Rain. You know, we named her after the song.
Oh, wow.
It's so
Awesome.
You know, she's epileptic, has seizures and stuff. So we've raised her since she was 2 weeks old. And, you know, she takes up a lot of her time. And, you know, I do the music stuff, create content and stuff like that. And that's pretty much it. You know, spend time with the family and music. That's pretty much my life consumes me, you know, in a good way, in a very
Right.
good way.
All right. How about Mark?
I'm a avid lava lamp tier, and I collect different variations of the GoPro.
And
Uh,
old granddad clocks.
Yeah, cuckoo clocks.
Pretty
Obviously,
cool.
you can see. I don't know if you can see the background, but
Yeah, I can.
Scrooge background.
I like matching dark colored wood furnitures. No, I don't. I don't do any of that stuff. I kind of found this place and I'm squatting here, so they haven't noticed me yet. I don't know.
I don't know how they can. I collect goofy things. walls of Funko Pops here, so you can
The
tell the
clock
difference.
keeps me on my toes. I hear the ticking of the clock, and I get anxious, and I
Oh.
know I have to do something. So that's what keeps me alert.
So, it's funny because they said some bands get their start and they're still living in their parents' basement. Not Mark. He's out squatting in some beautiful house up in York, VA.
They don't even know I'm
uh,
here. The house is so big, they have no freaking clue.
What's that called? Frogging, when you like hide in the attic and you just scare people. Sounds-
We
You
like
guys
to
are
collect
definitely
weird things too. I wanted to throw
same.
that in there. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I was the same. I like weird shit. What are
Oh
your
yeah,
things, man?
I feel like I think all three of us in the band really like collecting like weird oddities and stuff like that. Like the room I'm in now has a bunch of, not all my stuff, maybe a quarter of it, but I got some weird stuff in here.
Like
I
what?
like that. Yeah, I'll turn the camera around and let you guys see.
Like a Mutter Museum?
Ah, look at that. That's some cool stuff.
Oh.
I'm a
Oh.
Statue of Liberty one's boss. Is that like a skull? Statue of
Got
Liberty's
like this
bad.
giant.
Oh,
Look
wow.
at that.
Labyrinth.
Got some
You both got
Cool
great
little-
things. Oh, Jesus.
cool little oddities in there, but
Right, that's scary.
I was going to say, Mark's thing's scaring the hell out of me. That's pretty cool.
oh man, yeah, it's like a quarter of my stuff. I got a bunch more, but eventually looking to get into another place where I have a whole room dedicated to it. With my little studio and drums and all the weird oddities. So
It's going to be in the
Especially the
Yeah,
more room.
We
More room
worship
to
the
let
Dark
it work.
Lord Voldemort.
Don't we all?
Can't be named, man.
How long has Brady been playing drums is a question that came out from the guys at Strange Culture.
Oh, that's a good question, man. I started around the age of 15.
Wow.
So I was like really hooked on playing the band, the video game Rock Band, with
Yeah.
the drums and stuff on that.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
where it kind of got me started. And also, too, my dad's always been in bands since I've been growing up. He's a guitar player. So also around that time, age 15, like if I got a day off of school and my parents are at work, I'd sneak down in the basement and play on the drummer's kit, like take the sheet off in their practice room. So it's kind of where it started, man. And then I eventually, got my first kit around 16 years old. So my actual own kit. So yeah, I'm 28 now. So what was that? Quite a few years now.
Wow, 13. That's pretty good to start older because I started in my 30s and I've ended in my 30s. it was just that bad. Mark, how about you? When did you
Brady's
realize
got
it?
an awesome support system. His dad is really freaking cool, and his dad has been in the music scene as well, which makes it double cool. So he's there, and his band and all of our friends are there to support us, and it's just it's a good scene, man. So we're very lucky to have the support of our friends and all the sickos, as we like to call them,
Yeah.
coming out to the shows. We have a York show coming up soon. We will announce it shortly. Give us like a week, and we'll have some pretty cool stuff to say.
Very cool. And I think we're going to, like I said, gather up some of these bands. Our good friend Angela, the dudes from Strange Culture, just gather a bunch of people and head up to York and check it out because it's worth it, man. It's just awesome music. And
Big show, man. Let's do it.
rock on the sickos. And like I said, we got people just itching to try and put together bigger shows, and we'll reach out and definitely drop the next. They said we need headliners, somebody big. You guys around here, headliners, big time. We absolutely love it. We hope you all love it too. You can find 6th Century on Instagram at 6th Century. Facebook page as well, 6th Century, the website, www.6thcentury.com. Brand new Red Hot merchandise out too, so go and get the merchandise. And of course, get ready to get the album when it comes out soon. You can check them out on YouTube, Apple Music, Spotify. I got to tell you, there's already 10 songs loaded up right here. I'm listening to it for days. I can't get enough of it. Love it. Sickos for life. Guys, Mark, Brady, I can't thank you enough for joining us. First of all, we forgot happy holidays to you guys, whatever you celebrate, and hopefully you have a great holiday season. I thank you for taking the time out and joining us tonight. I got to work tomorrow, but I could probably sit till 6 in the morning and just pick your brains about music, but we just do the half-hour promise, so we'll let you go. I thank you so much. Mark, Brady, 6th Century, keep doing it, man, because everybody is feeling it, loving it, and it's only getting bigger.
Thank you so much, man. Greatly appreciate it, and it's been an honor to be on here with you guys tonight. We appreciate all the love and support, so thank you.
Thank you so
Absolutely.
much.
Thank you guys very
Go
much.
that, absolutely.
All right. Happy holidays, folks.
Great night.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
All right. Brady
Right.
and Mark from 6th Century will let them head out of the studio and thank them so much. And Jewel, we say it a lot. We talk about artists and what makes them artists. Creative mind, always working, always thinking, coming out with great things. And a lot of them come out and speak so well about it as well. Totally amazing night.
Oh yeah, I mean, you have to know your craft, right? And these guys are just doing it and making such a name all over Pennsylvania. Like, that's what I'm saying.
I
Like,
was-
just cracking the radio station is still a dream for so many bands, and
Sure.
to have the chance to do that, especially on a station like 93.3, is just enormous. And they're just blowing up as they should with their great music and great talent. And yeah, wish these guys nothing but the best. Oh my God, I can't wait till they announce the York show. I have people up there too, so
Yeah,
let-
maybe
the trip.
let's make that work. Yes.
I just realized my nails match the backdrop. So
Nicely done.
it's my
So very.
contribution.
And again, that quick Brady, checking it out on the other end. Thanks again for having us on. Absolutely.
You.
Look at it, it's got a lovely family there and a cute dog. Look at that. That's just great.
That's so cute.
Road Trip indeed, JD Wolf. Get your butt down to PA because there's so much here.
Oh,
And like I said tonight, you know, the guys from Strange Culture checking it out. Rain from Burden to Guild, of course, Steve Higgins and Twisted. A lot of local bands show their admiration for this band tonight, 6th Century. And why not? It's that damn good. It's so good, Jewel, I want to play another song.
let's go.
And I had holiday songs loaded up, but I need this. Seraphim is one of the tunes that we talked about as well. And there's an awesome music video to go with it as well. Because like I said, these guys are kind of bringing back that MTV feel of kick-ass music set around awesome videos. Seraphim, 6th Century, coming up right now. Let me take my mug out of there because nobody wants to see that. Kat, thank you very much for those kind words, and thank you for being a big fan of the band. And welcome to stick around. We usually do this till 10 o'clock. But if not, I'll send you off with Seraphim. This is 6th Century on the Yo Show. Enjoy. We'll be back in about 4.5 minutes.
Sometimes the ocean throws a pearl quietly and still standing. Water-winged girl, she sees the war inside of me.
Oh, no.
Pray now for me. She's my trophy.
Unfortunately, we're cut a little bit short. We do apologize. Sometimes the not so much magic of live audio and video was doing good, and all of a sudden it's sped a little bit. But just a great song. Seraphim is the song. Young Other. Sixth Century is the band, and the reason why I got Young Other stuck on my tongue is because those bands like that. Sixth Century, Young Other, Traverse the Abyss, Strange Culture, where everybody is on board doing something great. The instruments just crash and kill. The vocals are awesome, and everybody's on the same page, absolutely rocking it. And that's how we're seeing a lot of these bands making it happen. Rain, no exception to you guys, of course, your Burden of Guilt. Just amazing how it works, Joel.
I know. I mean, we're just surrounded by greatness all the time. It's hard to keep track.
It really is, and my dream always is to win the lottery, just build the biggest arena, and I don't need to make money. Free tickets, just come in, or pay the bands out of my own pocket. Sharon Tate in the house with a Merry
Nice.
Christmas.
Mary Chrysler.
We across brought it on too with a gift for the crowd, an awesome band.
Yes.
Thank
I
you.
give to you.
Sixth Century. Speaking of great bands, we did forget to thank, I forgot to thank last week's guest, J.C. Clark from A Light Divided. So we have really been fortunate to bringing in some hardcore, awesome rock music over the last couple of weeks. We thank you. And we thank everybody that watches, especially, like I said, we put the songs on. Sometimes you get that little hiccup. Worth it. I would sit through it with the hiccups.
Oh, yeah. All day. All day.
All day. Tomorrow night, Jewel, we do Yo 2.0, which is kind of like a.
Is it better?
It's better, thank you. Yo 2.0, and we do a second night, Wednesday nights. Sometimes guest co-host, sometimes just me. Tomorrow night, the dudes from Novocaine will be our guest. Another great local band, younger guys, super cool. Novocaine will be with us tomorrow night. Last week's show, the J.C. Clark one, thank you for catching up. I know you missed it that day. And we understand, dude. All good. You went back and watched it. You shared comments with J.C. who was talking about how great a time she had. Humble when it's on somebody else's post and they talk about how great a time we had. JD says, sorry, on the Yo show. And she's like, oh, such a great time. And, you love to see them comments, Jewel.
Absolutely. Thanks for watching. You can always watch all of our episodes on YouTube and Twitch and Facebook even. You can go back and watch them all. So happy you did that. You were missed. I'm glad you're here tonight. And yeah, it's our Christmas episode. I have to say, because, there's like a Spotify Wrapped every year. So here there's, to my detriment, a Nintendo Switch Wrapped. Jeff, do you want to guess how many hours I played Zelda this year?
I can't even begin to guess, but I would love to know this answer.
I'll give you a hint because I've waited 6 years for this Zelda game to come out, and
Oh, Jesus.
Zelda's life. I also work from home, so I spend a lot of time at home, and it's just expansive. Like the world is just open world. So
You
you
get a calculator
Well,
out.
I'm not even I'm probably 80% through the game, but I don't want to beat it because there's just so much to do. But do you have a roundabout guess at how many hours I spent from May to December on this game?
I'm going to say you've easily went over 1,000 minutes.
1,000 minutes? What would
Yeah.
that be in hours?
Oh, 1,000 divided by what? I guess 60. I
Oh.
don't know.
Well,
A lot.
Troy David Hendrickson put up his numbers, and he put up
Yeah.
147 hours on Tears of the Kingdom. I, however, have 478 hours.
Yeah. It's like every second of every day. Because I looked at it, I think it's like 16 hours. Oh my
I'm
God.
surprised it's not over 600 hours, like the amount of time I spent on that game. But it's so fun. I love it.
Thank you, brother. Merry Christmas to you as well. Be safe, drive safe, have a great holiday. We love you as well.
Holidays.
Thank you for dropping in. We really appreciate that.
Oh,
Problem no problem. Nah, as they say in Australia. Sounds like a problem to me. It's not a problem, though, Jordan. I always go through this phrase my wife says. She's like, yeah, I know you do a lot of podcasting, but it kind of keeps you out of trouble. Keeps you away from some of the other things you could be doing. I could be,
Gambling, or
could be gambling or picking up prostitutes or stuff like that. Instead, you're playing Zelda. I mean, why not? I got that way. I actually got that way for a while when I first got the chipped Nintendo, the little Nintendo,
yeah,
whatever they
NES.
call that. Yeah, the NES.
Mhm.
And I played like a whole season of basketball. I was like the Sixers. I played all 82 games, playoffs, championship in about a month. Like I was playing like 5 games a day.
Music is addicting, and
Yeah.
sometimes I listen to my music while I play my Zelda, and it just
Same.
works. I like to multitask. It's fine.
I like music through everything. Music is a drug of choice, and a good one. Music, coffee, bad food, and some beer.
I have to tell you, Jeff, my coffee pot broke last week. Like in the morning when I'm like trying to make a cup, and I'm so tired. It was a day
Oh
where I
my
was just
gosh.
really freaking tired. And if you know me, you know I drink like a pot of coffee a day. Like I just
Mhm.
have a straight up Black and Decker coffee pot, nothing fancy. I don't have the K cups or anything. So I went I went to the drugstore on break, and they had like instant coffee. And if you're
Ugh.
a coffee drinker, you know that instant coffee sucks.
Yes.
It's terrible. But I'm like, I'm so tired, and I don't like cold coffee in the morning. I like something, hot in the morning, especially when it's
Yeah.
cold out. So I got this like Starbucks instant coffee, and you just make it like tea. It was pretty good. And you know what? It's saving my life. I maybe made a little bit too much on, I was a little jittery and caffeinated. I found my right levels, is what I'm saying. So, but yeah.
It's funny. I was off today, and my sister-in-law said the same thing. She's like, "Did you ever just drink so much coffee? You're just begging God to bring you down off it?" I'm like, "No, coffee doesn't really affect me like that." And it sounds weird, but it really doesn't.
You've never been
So-
caffeinated to the point of like, I'm going to jump out of my skin?
No,
Really?
I mean, I've been uncaffeinated to the point I'm going to jump out of my skin, but I've never, like, sometimes, like, when she's home and I'm home, like, and we'll go to a late breakfast, usually we go late, like noon, 1 o'clock, so we get some rest. I usually have 2 cups of coffee by then, and a third one when I eat, and I'm just like, okay. And she says, she's like, how many is that? I'm like, 3. She's like, 3. Yeah.
And you're just always normal. See, I don't get it if I'm like drinking consistently throughout the day. But if I have too much at once, like it's concentrated, I'll go berserk. Like my heart will pump, and like I can't calm down. And there's nothing, literally nothing you can do. You drink water, you eat, but like nothing subsides that feeling of like, I'm gonna die right now.
Wow.
It's terrible. Did you
That's
hear
what
about
she
Panera?
What's that?
Did you hear about Panera and their lemonade?
Not really. I started to get the story and I missed it, but yeah, hit me with it.
They have this charged lemonade that killed 2 people.
Hmm?
2 fairly young adults. The one girl was like 20, and I guess they get a large cup of this charged lemonade, and she died. And then the other dude was like a 40-year-old man, relatively healthy. You can look it up. It's like news.
What's it charged with?
Caffeine. It's so much caffeine, it freaking killed him. And the dude was in good shape, and he had
Wow.
one large lemonade from Panera, and he died.
You see what I changed the recipe on Four Loco.
Four Loko was so dangerous because it was like an upper and a downer. It's
Yeah,
alcohol
wow.
and caffeine. I mean, alcohol and
Okay.
caffeine.
Imagine dying from lemonade. There's so much
You know?
bad shit people do in this world. They're gonna die
No.
from lemonade.
Are you kidding me?
What's that?
Like lemonade's going to take me out. I think about that sometimes. Like, I do want to go out in like a blaze.
I don't know if lemonade's the blaze of glory. I want to be like I
Lemonade.
want to be like 90 in a concert and get headbanged and fall on the ground or something cool like that.
Or like a really tall building or something, or like, in the ocean. That'd be dramatic.
Lemonade.
Beautiful, but not like a lemonade. If I'm not asleep, I want to die like in like extraordinary fashion,
I had this
like
lemonade.
falling off a Ferris wheel. or something.
You should get. Oh my wow, Jesus! You should get
Merry Christmas.
on a ship. I don't know. On a ship is a nasty death, though, man. The water. Really,
Ship? I mean, that
ooh,
I'm so deathly afraid of the ocean. I feel like that's
right?
how
That would freak me
I
out.
go. Pick it.
I want to say this real quickly because we here celebrate monumental moments, and this Friday, Jewel, I get to be part of a very big monumental moment. And my man Ray today said it's kind of like you're becoming like our permanent like guest co-host, which is awesome. 200 episodes this Friday, the Happy
yeah.
Hour podcast. Congratulations! I will get to be a guest co-host. My man Ray Chase. Special guest is Leilani Lee. A little different breed of show. They do games. A lot of adult film stars who are all really cool because they get into it and almost kind of host the shows on their own. Like I say, games and crazy topics like we do here. And me and Ray talk a lot. There's a lot of new podcasts that are starting to tickle me, and I'll show you another one. We want to give a shout out to these two ladies in a moment. But 200 episodes, as you know, me and Jewel are approaching 300. It's amazing when you keep going on, and like I said, a lot of times I said it's not about money. You mean I get tons of views sometimes, and run to little droughts, and then you get great momentum, and tons of people are watching. But really, congratulations to those guys on 200.
Yeah, man. Congratulations.
We had Ray on our program over a month ago, and you know his delivery is a little different. Caught Jewel by surprise a couple of times. But everybody does it in their own special way. Like me and Jewel get here and we break down the guest and we really make it about the guest, and we have a good time with that, and we do top 5 lists, etc. Love me some Ray. Agreed. Ray's a little different. He's on the couch. He's gonna play some games. He's gonna say those things, you know, in a good way. Like he never insults anybody, but he says like fun stuff, and his guests really get into it. So I love their approach. I also want to give a shout out to let me find always got to find, there it is. A shout out to the girls from Oops Baby Podcast, Jen and Rosanna, and these two girls, Oops Baby Podcast. We're trying to do them like a collab Wednesday night thing because theirs was pretty funny. They had the intro where they did the sharks. And I'm like, Shark, that's like my nickname. They dressed up in shark costumes. So 2 really cool podcasts, Oops Baby Podcast, Happy Hour Podcast, and of course the Yo Show with myself here and Jewel. And Jewel, that's what I'm saying. These people know the community aspect of what we do here.
Absolutely. And, you know, we love to give shout outs to podcasts that are doing it right and just working hard and trying to just do the damn thing and do it the right way. So we appreciate you guys, and we're always going to support. And yeah, that'll be exciting to be a part of. Are you excited for 200th? Are you going to dress up?
I don't know. I might. I mean, it's Ray's baby, so let me find it. But I do get excited, and I know he'd been talking about it the last couple of weeks where I've been filling in here and there. And when he said, 200 Friday, I'm like, man, congratulations. Then he hit me up. He's like, dude, it's almost like you're a regular now. He's like, you busy Friday? It's like the 200th. And I'm like, holy shit. Like, I'm flattered by that. I really am.
Yeah, man. Oh, this is going to be such a busy weekend. I'm trying to just figure out how I'm going to time everything. There's so much happening.
Yeah, because I'm sure you're doing the baking and all that cooking and et cetera. And it does got to be a lot. And like I said, for years, I remember I used to cook with my father, and we would start, like the night before, and then cook well into the next day for hours. So I can only imagine.
I was going to ask you that. What was it like? Did you guys do the fishes?
Twice at a relative's house, and we didn't do the conventional. Like my dad made lox and bagel sandwiches, and the usual. And some people had shrimp and crab and all that. So it wasn't like the conventional 7 fishes thing, but we did it a couple of times. Kind of put our own little spin on it.
Sushi count?
What's that? Sushi? It should 7.
It
Seven
should,
sushis.
right?
It is fish.
I was trying to think of because in our family, Christmas Eve is the show. it's the
Yes.
like people
Right.
dress up. Like we're having a whole dress up extravaganza Saturday, and then Christmas Eve is Sunday, so that's going to be like a whole other thing. And then like Christmas Day, the morning is big, but then it's like, all right, everyone chill. Like we do make
Yeah.
ham or whatever, but I don't even eat him, so it's like not really a priority. I feel like Christmas Eve is more important because it's
I
like build up.
Yeah, I feel that. And this year, this Christmas Eve is her grandmother's 90th birthday. And the
Awesome.
relatives are coming in from Florida and Wisconsin and all that, and plus everybody here. And we're going to have a big meal Christmas Eve. So, yeah, Christmas Eve is like the mega show this year.
Yeah. No, I like it like that though. And then Christmas, you could chill, you could play video games, just be in your pajamas. I mean, you do have to cook. There's no getting away
Yeah.
from cooking. But we usually do like ham and then like chicken for people who don't eat ham. But I don't know. I like to switch it up. I do want to make like the original like regatta cookies this year because
Oh,
I love them and no one makes them. I'm gonna see if Sweets by Rye can hook me up.
Yes.
I definitely want to buy a tray from her.
And you mentioned it. So let's pop it up here. And
Please.
I got so many of these banners. Sweets by Rye is right here. Follow them right now on Instagram. Sweets by
Yes.
Rye homemade cookies, fantastic cookies, chocolate chip, and many other flavors. And of course, like Jules said, maybe ricotta cookies coming up. Follow on Instagram and just drop an order right in the messages.
Yes.
Check them out. Support local business, the incredible cookies, Sweets by Rye. Check it out.
See, my Italian grandmother, she always made like the butter cookies with like the cookie shooter. The
Yeah,
gin-
I like those.
with like the sprinkles and stuff. So we have like her original recipe and we can't replicate it. Like
Oh,
I don't know what is happening. Maybe I can ask Riley what I'm doing wrong, but like I don't know. I tried to make them like the past 2 years and they come out like terrible.
we have my father will make pizzelles every year.
Pizzelles, yes.
Yeah, and for
Yeah.
days. Now
Um,
let me ask you. I might have asked you this before. Do you like the anisette or do you like the regular vanilla?
No, yeah, both, like both.
Wow.
I love
Hey,
them. And they have
Powdered
to be
sugar?
out of the
Oh,
maker with like powdered sugar.
when we were kids, we used to get a spoonful. And my dad used to say, all right, you get one spoonful. We take a spoonful of like the raw batter and just, God, it's so good.
What's
So
worse,
good.
when you get the little runny piece off the edge, you gotta eat that.
I like that. I'm down for that. I like a nice pizzelle. But like I said, the anisette ones were, I'd eat one. I prefer like the vanilla sort of
I
thing.
feel like you have to have like a balance of like both because I'm pretty sure we put both in the batter, like a little bit of each.
Okay.
You know?
My father used to make 2 different stacks, one
Ah,
with and one without.
they're so good.
I miss the holidays. And like I said again, Christmas Eve, my mother had more varieties of cheese and meat platters on the table. Like there was charcuterie, it's like an onslaught. And every year she would find this neat little spread from a different store. One year was like an olive spread that I was like, ew, but you ate it, was phenomenal. And then a different kind of chicken livers, and she would always find something different every year to lay out as a spread. And like I said, the meats, the cheeses, out of this world, like just for miles on these tables, pepperoni and prosciutto
Gabagool.
and gabagool and the prosciutto and the stinky, all the stinky cheeses. Like everybody sit around sniffing, make the face, and then gobble it. Ugh.
I love it. There's nothing like an Italian mother's kitchen.
Amen to that.
But you know what? There was a poll, and it was the best or the most popular Christmas foods of the states, and PA was pizzelles, and Delaware was fish.
Well,
I
about
thought
that?
there'd be more Italians in Pennsylvania and Philadelphia than Delaware.
I don't know that. Yeah, I guess you're right there. It's kind of weird. Those were the days indeed. My kitchen doesn't quite have that. I wake up, scratch my butt, make myself a cup of coffee, and then go sit on the couch. But then if I'm making cookie,
I love cooking. I wish I was a better baker. I can make the pie all right, but like
oh,
cookies, I just leave it to the professionals.
I'm not good at cookies. I'm not good at baking at all. Kind of stink at baking.
It's just, you know why? Because baking is so exact. Like, you have to be on point. You can't guess. And I like to eyeball it and taste test. And you can't do that with baking.
Right. My father used to do that with his meatballs.
Yeah.
He would take the rawness out and be like, you can tell you're ready. And I'm like, "Ooh, what?"
Oh, no.
But, oh,
Raw meat? I thought you meant like,
oh yeah.
add a little salt, pepper.
No, his was dead on. He would eat the raw meat and then make me try a piece of raw meat. And that's when I knew we were ready to go.
All right. Whatever works. Do you know there's a job where you have to taste test dog food? You know they have people that taste test dog foods?
Dog foods.
Yeah, that's a real job.
Jesus Christ. That has got to be the end. Like, imagine meeting a girl's parents. Yeah, dog food thing.
And it was a whole line of like normal looking people, and they're like, I've had better.
I think we insulted JD. I think he's a dog food taster. And more power to you. I mean, it's just dog food.
And the lady's like, well, you know, I prefer dog food over cat food. Okay. And it was wet. It wasn't the dry kibble. It's like wet pedigree canned shit.
Oh, see that? I mean, my dogs are semi-spoiled. They eat from the little fancy tub. Like,
Yeah.
it looks like chunks of meat and looks like chunks of vegetables.
Right.
I couldn't imagine getting like an Alpo or one of them, like, oh my God, that would gross me out. The smell of it alone would kill me. I could eat those and maybe like the Rachel Ray's, something like that. Yeah, I would take a fork full of that.
Oh my God. One time I was
That
little.
old stuff.
I got in so much trouble because I was really little. Like, I must have been 7 people. So don't come at me. But I gave my little cousin, and she was like 2 years younger. I gave her a bacon strip. Like, here, my mom made bacon. Here you go. She ate it, and she was crying. I'm sorry, Britt.
Sorry, Brett. Because I got to tell you, Brett, out of curiosity, I took a nibble one time. She's trying to find out how much it tastes like bacon. We really fooled the hell out of
Good.
these dogs.
Good. And they look realistic.
They do. My dogs love them.
It probably tastes better than like tofu. Have you ever had like plant-based meat? Because it's disgusting.
Once.
Gross.
What was that?
Beyond.
Miracle Whopper? What'd they call it?
Yeah. Well,
Whatever
it's
that was.
non-meat.
Disgusting.
Miracle. Dude, I tried it just to be like healthy one day. I'm like, oh, let me just see what all the fuss is about. Dude, you're gonna be like eating grass. You gonna join us? Where's your hat?
Somebody's awfully late tonight,
And the dog food testers.
right? Some heart emojis. Sharon Tatey. Brady Hearn, of course. Strange Culture. Thank you very much. And thumbs up from Miss Elena Brokers. Thank you. Black bean burgers. I've absolutely had one of those before. Disgusting. Good night, love, and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year if we don't see you.
Merry Christmas.
Joey. Merry Christmas to you, Joey. A little bit on the early. Tell everybody in Christmas land what to do with the Yo Show.
Oh,
Hold. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on all notifications. Hit that like button in the face, but don't break your screen. And Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and
filthy animal.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animal.
And yeah,
yeah.
is that about it?
She froze.
We open for Santa from this year.
And the only thing that should be on your Christmas list is our merch.
Yeah.
I like that. Wow, that's
Yeah.
delivered.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to hit the like, because I say so.
She's loving. Merry Christmas to our favorite girl, Joey. Absolutely love her. And, you know,
Future dog food tester over here.
right? Future dog food.
Oh, heck no. That's you.
That's me.
There's times like at night when I'm off for a couple days or the weekend, not much going on, that I go through our old episodes and I start to watch. I watch a bunch, and you just watch Joey go from little girl not saying a word to little sass to now our professional
I know.
our
I'm, like,
professional
standing
spokesperson.
normally,
Yeah.
She had a stretch where she just came on with straight sass and walked away.
Just walk away. She
Those
did
were
that
also
on the
good
bus
times.
this morning. She usually like waves from the bus, and today she just gave me like the. I'm like, oh no.
Wow.
So,
It's not my mom, bro. Hair's getting long, though. We letting the hair grow out?
that's what
Like
I
moms?
said. It's getting long.
It is. It's getting long. I like it. It's
She
cute.
likes it short.
She does?
Yeah, she makes me chop it. But her hair was
Chop her.
super long. But yes. When she was
Mommy's
in
is
dance,
so
I'm like, just let it be long enough so I could like put it up and in a
No.
bun. Because if you're a girl and you know, you just want to like get it out of your face sometimes, especially when you're playing sports
Yeah.
And dance.
and people. But yeah, it's annoying when you can't put it up all the way. Like gets in your face.
I agree. My
You know what that's like, Jeff.
Yes, my hair hasn't been in my face for about 40 years now. The beard sometimes gets in my food, which is nasty. Like I'll eat and my beard hair gets into the food. That's kind of gross. I didn't say it was, family friendly there. I said it was pretty gross.
Do you ever like notice too late, like you're like walking out of a restaurant, like look at yourself in the mirror, and be like, I just have food particles in my
I can usually feel it. Like tonight, my sister-in-law made chicken parm.
Oh,
Terrific, by the way. And I knew at one point I'm just eating, and at one point you could just feel the blob of tomato sauce just laying there. I'm like, So I took a quick picture of it, which I deleted. And yeah, it was like this massive red blob right in the middle of my beard.
oh my God.
It's
That's
a bit
I
false
just made that
sometimes.
the other day too. Well, Sunday,
I'm
yeah.
a fan. Definitely a fan
Okay.
of chicken parm.
What's the best pasta to go with chicken parm? Would you say
Spaghetti.
spaghetti? Right.
Spaghetti. Yeah.
Yeah. I made it with like rotini. I'm like, this isn't right. It has to be.
No, I did it one time with rigatoni. I'm like, what am I like? What is this? No, it's definitely
It's like
spaghetti.
rigatoni and sausage, and
Yes.
it's like angel hair with fish, and then like spaghetti with like chicken parm. Does that sound right?
Sounds about right.
Okay.
And ravioli with everything.
Ravioli with everything.
I love ravioli. Well, we have something we must present.
Spaghetti all the way.
She gave you like face attitude and everything. Right?
You know what's my favorite in like soups and stuff is the pappardelle. Pappardelle.
Yeah, I'm a
Yeah.
fan.
Or like
Fan of that as well.
big fusilini. Like Trader Joe's has the largest fusilini, and that goes in tomatoes or chicken soup.
It's you silly Jerry.
So mad at me.
What's that?
Santa's watching. I don't know what your problem is.
She was angry about something. She gave you like a big sass
Don't
face.
yell at me, I swear to God.
Why?
Yo, I got Santa on speed dial. Don't mess with me.
I know you talk about watching the replays. You got to watch the replay at about 1 hour and 30
No.
minutes because the look
know
she
what?
shot you.
I'm over today. Just so over it.
She shot you a look, and I swear to God, if the girl had the ability to shoot laser beams, you would have been toast right now.
I'm not ready for this like sullen teenager act. This just
Ooh.
needs to pass by.
Man, that was world class sass from our girl Joey. Now we got to start talking about this other stuff, and
That was real.
a very quick rest in peace to former Sixer and NBA center Eric Montross, a massive college player. It was an awesome college player at the University of North Carolina who made his way to the pros, spent some time in Philly with the Sixers, passed away the other day. Rest in peace, Eric Montross. Condolences to the family. Yes, I do. It's cool when you get messages in the middle. What else? Jewel. Oh God, we can't avoid it. I wanted to avoid it. We can't. You know where I'm going with this. What in the hell happened last night on Monday Night Football?
Oh no,
Is the
Jeff, what happened
Eagles
last
and-
night? What happened? What happened?
They talk about Jalen Hurts being sick. Jalen Hurts did not have a very good performance. This defense is, in the words of Charles Barkley, terrible. They can't stop a soul on defense. Now they can't stop the run either. At least it was the pass. Now they can't stop the pass or the run. They're not scoring. seems like Hurts is forcing the ball to A.J. Brown instead of getting anybody else involved. And Drew, I don't know if you saw the picture, that last play where he threw the interception. Kenneth Gainwell was about 20 yards open on the left-hand side with nobody near him. Just field.
It just feels like that's the last 3 games, though. Like, why are you putting him in the same spot? Like, it's not working. And they had the new defensive coordinator. It's not working. It's not working. I don't know what you're doing. Switch something up. Every time I see a drive, I'm like, there's just so many people open or so many areas open. I'm like, it's just hard to watch, man. It's just been so difficult. Like, I don't even know.
Last night was a
You
game.
want to win games, but you don't deserve to win them, so you can't.
Right. And last night was a game you should easily put in your pocket. A backup quarterback who's been on a couple of teams. Seattle came in at 6-7. And even like last night, you listened to Joe Buck and Troy Aikman, pretty much showing you we thought this was a great team. It's not. They both came in right on set like this is supposed to be a great team. It's not. That's embarrassing.
It was embarrassing, and I think it was like a collective effort of everyone who did the wrong thing. But like Jalen was to blame a lot. He was sick, but like, and then they showed the clips of Michael Jordan and his flu game. Like, you're Jalen Hurts. You're Jalen Hurts, so act like Jalen. He's always cool, but like, come on, man. It's just stupid ass mistakes.
It is, and it's a
That's
forcing the
sweet.
ball to A.J. Brown over and over is not helping. And there's a lot of people like, oh, yeah, but how about that penalty in the end zone with the holding on the deep pass? Oh, I get it. There's going to be some bad calls. But you shouldn't be losing to a team like that and have to blame a bad call. You should be taking care of business with that team. And then even the ref kind of got involved and kind of killed our push tush when he said that there was like a false start like that. That's a way to stop it and have the ref keep intervening every time. Nothing went right, and we didn't do much to help our cause.
No, we didn't. And you know what? The refs and, you know, the announcers can say whatever they want, but if it works, it works. And Kelsey making the stupid mistakes like he's some freaking rookie is just not going to fly. Like, we're
Right.
supposed to be in playoffs now, and it's like we're not showing that we should be there.
No, we had a chance to take first place over again. And I got to say, and I hate to say, Dallas, San Francisco especially, you're not going to play like that and even have a prayer against those teams. You saw what San Francisco did when you were still on a high and they knocked you around. You sure as hell ain't going to come in half-assed against either one of those teams and expect that. Now, Kelsey some bad mistakes, and they started last night with that. Maybe it's time for him to go. I mean, guy's like the most legendary
to
center
go.
of the generation, but
He's shown he wants to go, so he can
Yeah.
go. He can go,
There's-
but it's just not going to fix the problem of what's collectively happening.
exactly. And then, like I said, guys like Flay, who's now hurt, you begged him back, Bradbury, you give him all this money, and nobody's stopping anything on the pass play. Can't go to the field on third down.
It was
That's
just
it.
so many mistakes and turnovers, and what else can you say? It's just it's hard time for
Yes,
us.
I almost didn't even want to. I almost didn't even want to talk about it, but I kind of had to.
I try not to watch. I was like watching down the corner of my eye, and it's just like really painful.
I agreed. Very painful. We don't do religion on here a lot for a reason, but I'd like to. This is a topic that's brought up a lot, so I'm going to call it a little bit of a victory, where the Pope came out and said the priest can now bless same-sex marriage, and he basically said anybody looking for love under God's eye should have God's blessing. So that's a big step, Jewel. It's a closed-minded subject for years, especially with Catholic Church, and now it's come more open that priests can bless them, hopefully perform ceremonies, etc. Love who you love, be with who you want to be with in life. And that's pretty much it.
I mean, it's a step. It's a step for, you know, the Catholic Church. I mean, if you want to invest your time and efforts. And, you know, it's been a struggle, and it's a struggle growing up. You know, I'm a Catholic. I was raised Roman Catholic in the city, and it's just you were taught one way how to live. And I think this Pope is pretty progressive in how he's thinking and everything. So any progressive step is a good thing. You should never ostracize one group if you're claiming to be a good, you know, figurehead. So, you know, you might not want to just ban a group from your, you know, club there.
Agreed. I agree. And another thing we usually don't talk about, but I found this funny. And I found it funny because all the comments that were coming off it. So, former NFL player Rashard Mendenhall, who used to be a running back for the Pittsburgh Steelers, came out and like, I'm getting sick of football. I'm getting sick of hearing these old white men say how players are no good. Like, these white men don't even play football. They're just commentators. And they're coming out. Yeah, and he's coming out and saying how they shouldn't be poking at anybody, and we should do two leagues, a black league and a white league. And everybody in the comment section is roasting this guy. Like, dude, like, what are you talking about? Like, the NFL is filled with all sports are filled with players from every walk. And, like, Mendenhall was nothing special in his NFL career. Very mediocre player. And people were laughing at him like, dude, try winning a Super Bowl, going to the Pro Bowl, something like that, before you come out mouthing off and trying to start a race issue. And everybody was like, black and white were like, this dude's just trying to bait something. What is this nonsense? The comments were awesome.
That's like that rapper. What was her name? Something Azalea. Azalea Banks. Remember?
Okay.
She would just like start with people for no reason.
Yeah.
They just want like clout. I don't know. But
that was this. And like, we're all taking turns just laying out singers because, you know, it's what you do in a post-app band.
it's really
everybody's like,
get them to talk about you.
Everybody's like, this dude wouldn't be like in the starting 100 of an all black or all white team. So what's he talking about? He was like, this guy's not a spokesman. He was a nobody.
Again, you can't just just get rid of a whole group in 2020
I know, right?
anymore. Like, you can't do that ever. So maybe it's not the best idea.
No, take your ball and go home, dude, because that, like, when you have people of every race busting you, you're in bad shape.
It's just crazy. And I'm watching all these shows, and obviously Leave the World Behind is very like, I don't know, it was like polarizing. It was like black, white. It was talking about technology and war and shit. And it's very like crazy, and all the messages, and people are like, what does this actually mean? Because the Obamas like put it out and shit. So what the fuck does it mean? And then I was watching this new show. It's called, you might have saw it, Murder at the End of the World. It's on Hulu. But first of all, let me just say, I got hooked immediately because they played The Doors and then about 3 Portishead songs. I'm like,
wow,
what is this show? And it was like the music director was like my musical soulmate. And Grimes, which is also, I mean, I love Grimes, but also she was Elon Musk's girlfriend, baby mama, whatever. And it's very like, I'm an Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos type of person, and I'm going to invite the smartest minds to my underground bunker in Iceland. And it was just like the concepts they were talking about were wild. Like, if you haven't seen the show, I would suggest it's a good watch. But then today in the news, it's like Iceland just had this massive volcano. Like, are these people predicting this shit? Like, I can't. It's freaking me out. It's freaking me out.
That's my wife was saying. She's like, it's almost like they predict it like it's a script, and you're like,
no, it's like Simpsons.
Yeah, that's.
Man, they talked about the Simpsons in the show. I didn't even realize that.
Well, the Simpsons do have a nasty way of predicting things.
It's so scary.
The poor, unfortunate story of a terrific singer, Celine Dion. Her sister said that she's suffering badly from stiff person disease, extensive and harsh spasms, and losing control of her muscles. so bad to the point that it causes these absolutely painful spasms, and they call it stiff person because basically your muscles just lock you up. You're not moving. But they did say later in the article that there was a chance that she could perform again. I don't really know much about stiff person. I tried reading it, and you know, when you go into any kind of WebMD thing, you're in a rabbit hole. But it sounds debilitating.
Yeah, it sounds like MS symptoms, does it not? Just
Yeah, a little bit, sure.
That's really sad though. What a hard life, and you know, to have her husband go. She was so in love with him, but I mean, she's had a massive career. Like everyone just loves her. She's my grandma's favorite, so we always try to play her around Christmas time too. But yeah, that's really sad.
That is very sad. That Titanic song put her on the map. Absolutely just amazing and very sad to hear. And we wish the best, especially like I said, when they were saying, "Oh, there's a chance she can perform again." I'm like, well, okay, but there's some light at the end of that tunnel. Jewel, I want to talk about this real quickly. Again, another banner. And it is this the right one? No, it's not. That's Strange Cultures one. We did that one earlier. That's the Dirty 30. And here it is. Future Star Show. You can't even see that from here. It's so small. Anyway, the amazing Elena Brokus brings us the Future Stars Show. And the reason why I am chatting it up about the next one is because last time I did this, my man Nick from Strange Cultures was like, yeah, I caught the Yo Show and heard about this news. Jewel, the news is back again. Cancel your life. Let me get the flyer here real quick. Can't find it. It's there somewhere. Anyway, the next Future Star Show is January 6th. And it'll be another return. There it is. January 6th, Jewel, and a return of Device. Woo!
Yeah.
One of the ultimate metal bands in the area. And the last time they came on, me and Nick were there. Joey from Stealing Society was there. A lot of rock heads in the house to watch Device perform. January 6th, they'll be back. Future Star Show at Sweeney's, Northeast Philadelphia, run by the amazing Elena Brokus. And wow, man. That's a band, Jewel. That's a band. They really put on a performance. Very excited for that.
Amazing band. I'm so happy they're here in January too. So are they done with college?
No, I think it's going to be, I guess, winter break.
Oh,
They
okay.
came back for Thanksgiving. I think went back now had the winter break. So they're taking to the stage again. My man Q and the great band Device. So excited for that.
Oh my God, that's amazing. Yeah, definitely be there. Future Stars.
I love it.
So much happening. So much happening, rocking and rolling into the new year.
Agreed. We have a few minutes left. We're probably going to run a few minutes late because I want to talk about who's coming on the show. And then I want to stick a Christmas song in Jules' face real quick. But I wanted to make a couple special announcements about what's coming up on the program. And for some reason, I'm just dying with these banners lately. There we go. January 30th, from the band Hollywood Gods and Monsters, the amazing Miss Rachel Bello and B. Jennings will be on the program as they talk about their brand new band, Jewel, King Cherry. And we'll also be talking some Hollywood Gods and Monsters. There's those two sexy people, Rachel and B. So King Cherry, find them now on Facebook, join the page. New music coming out from them soon. And they're also with Hollywood Gods and Monsters going on tour. They'll be on a program January 30th. That one announced a couple days ago. And then February 6th, got approached by these dudes last time I saw them. Said, yo, man, when are we coming back on the Yo Show? Where's February 6th? And it is the one and only, the Grim Jacks, Ethan, Tristan, and Jordan. And what a great band. Jewel, to get better every time I see him. Wanted to come back on the show. We're going to do it February 6th. I said, this time, dudes, do it Tuesday night. So Jewel could check it out as well. 2 massive shows on the horizon as well as many others. We're going to... December 26th, I put in Dueling Fiddles, and it actually has been postponed. It's been moved because the both ladies cannot make it. So the 26th, I think Jewel and I will just do a New Year's recap. Maybe we'll finally find that tarot card reader. January 2nd, you want to talk about awesome metal bands, Traverse, The Abyss. January 9th, the lovely Miss Aaron Coburn. January 16th, Ignescent. Can't wait for them. January 23rd, Jewel's birthday. I got some ideas. See what we can do with that. January 30th, of course, is wow, tongue-tied, is Rachel and B from Hollywood Gods and Monsters, and now their own solo project coming soon, King Cherry. Jewel, A lot of great stuff coming up. Of course, tomorrow night, Novocaine on Yo 2.0. Great evening. I'm so excited for Christmas and glad to do this show, to spend a little Christmas joy with you if I can't see you around the holidays. It's nice to see you and chat with you and have some fun before the holidays come.
I know, right? Remember last year was the emo night before Christmas?
It was.
It was
Jesus.
with George. Oh my God!
Yeah. Love George. It
And
is.
So that was the coldest night on record. It was like
Fun.
20 below.
Today's pretty cold out. It's cold out there today.
It's cold out, but it's going to be like 60 on Christmas. So
That's bizarre.
what are you gonna do?
Dreaming of a green Christmas. And yeah, a lot going on. A lot coming up in our area. Lots to do. And go out and support these local bands, local music of all sort. A massive thank you to Sick Century for coming on tonight. Again, Instagram is Sick Century, Facebook, Sick Century. The website is www.sickcentury.com. New music is out, YouTube, Apple Music, Spotify. Download it, listen to it, love it. We have people all the way out from Australia loving it. People up in Minnesota loving it. This is a Red Hot Band, Joel.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. We are going to, we got 2 minutes left. Is there anything you want to share in our last 2 minutes? Any Christmas hopes and dreams? Anything of that nature?
No, I just hope everyone has a safe, happy. I know we've been like ravaged with sickness. It's going around. So I just hope everyone's happy and safe and healthy and has a great Christmas. You know, have a merry little Christmas. And yeah, we'll see you. I'll probably see you next week before the year ends. But yeah, it's just been a great year, man. I'm excited to go into January. January is like my favorite month, not only because it's my birthday month, but it's also like a restart button on life. So I just hope everyone just is satisfied with their year so far and joins us next year.
Agreed. 2024 is going to be awesome. Like I said, we're starting at January 2nd with Traverse the Abyss. So we started Christmas time with 6th Century, and then we're starting New Year with Traverse the Abyss. Talk about bringing the music. We do it right here on the Yo Show. We entered with Remain Gone by Strange Culture. Thank you guys very much for that. Actually talking about making it a permanent. But tonight for Jewel, we're going to leave with Christmas music.
Yeah.
And she's like, what, no Christmas music this year? Well, we are. And it's our friends from Scoopski
Oh,
with Christmas Eve in the Mall is how we're going to get out of here tonight.
yes.
Jeff the Shark, Perini, Jewel Tatey, wishing you all a very Merry Christmas. And we'll see you next week. Either way, in the 26th, like I said, if we don't have a guest, we'll do like a year in wrap. Maybe a shorter show. Maybe just play some music, like our favorite songs of the year. Talk about some of our favorite guests of the year. Either way, we're going to make it work. We always do. Joy, love you to death. Love you to pieces. Give all my love to the family and everybody who I may not see and don't talk to enough. Yo, bro, we got a Christmas song coming out soon, too. I'm psyched for that. And, of course, as we said, Grimjacks, February, right here on the Yo Show. Stoked to have you guys back. I love the fact they come out and say, yeah, man, let's do it again. Absolutely. I did hear about the Fuse. So the Fuse, there's an unofficial date that came out today. The lineup is not set either, but my good friend John Simons has laid a date on me, Jewel. Let me find it in my many of notes. Because he even said, like, let's start announcing it. And go find it real quickly. And switch to the Yo Show. Tristan, do you have that date on file, dude? Because my phone just went haywire. It took me to 1,000 different pages I shouldn't even be on. Anyway, it is the Fuse. It's going to be a music venue where myself, John Simons, of course, the Grimjacks, Jewel, and the gang at SRR Promotions are just going to start bringing you live acts, local bands coming on performing. It's a great location, a great hall. Rooms are plenty big, fit a couple hundred people. There's a bar. There's Tranquility Brewery right there. It's just a beautiful venue, and we're going to start some things out coming in February. So we're excited for that as well. Excited for everything that has to do with local music in town. February 17th is thank you. February 17th is the official start. For some reason I'm thinking 14th. I'm like, that's Valentine's Day. If I'm doing anything on Valentine's Day besides seeing my wife, pretty sure I'm getting my ass kicked. So February 17th. For details, keep watching here on the Yo Show. Follow us on Facebook and Twitch. Subscribe on YouTube. Like us. And we'll keep you up to date with the latest and the greatest. All right, let's play a Christmas song for Jewel. Scoopski.
Ooh, Scoopski.
Christmas Eve in the Mall is going to get us out of here tonight. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Jeff the Shark Perini. Jewel Tatey. See you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Give me some Scoopski for my holiday.
Attention holiday shoppers. Just a reminder that Santa will be leaving the Sears Court at 9 p.m. and the mall will be closing tonight at 10. 'Tis the season.
I've always been a last minute kind of guy. Fly by the seat of my pants, whatever catches my eye. Look at the calendar, imagine my surprise. The 25th is tomorrow, I've got nothing to hide. But luckily, there's a place for me where I can find every last thing I need. Gonna buy some Fisher Price toys for my baby boy. A little bling bling to bring my wife some joy. The loudspeakers keep blasting, deck the hall. I'm playing air guitar on the escalator. Gonna find my dad a vintage Eagle shirt. It don't feel much like Christmas time at all if I'm not spending Christmas Eve in the mall.
Hello again, shoppers. We'll be closing in just 2 hours. Also, the owner of a Silver Beetle in the green lot left your lights on.
The clock is running down and I'm still stuck in this line. That big guy in red must be losing his mind. Garland and wreaths set the scene just right. Rushing around at 8:45. Pretty soon these places won't exist. So while they're here, I gotta cop some ancient relics, like 2, 4, 3 bath bombs, just for mom. Chrissy wants a Pat Mahomes Funko Pop. Jenna is collecting retro dolls. Gonna get that lavender candle for my grandmother. My wallet's in for a world of hurt, but it don't feel much like Christmas time at all if I'm not spending Christmas Eve in the mall. Some candy for Cindy, a history book for Diane, an Xbox card for Kevin. First, let me grab some NES. I'm so sorry to all the employees who can't go home because of last minute fools like me. What was my credit limit? I forget. Wells Fargo might be a little upset, but look over there, it's a Muppets basketball. Next year, don't be surprised, I'll do it all again. Fools like me never learn lessons, but now I'm in the spirit after all, 'cause I spent my Christmas Eve in the mall. Christmas Eve in the mall. Christmas Eve in the mall. Christmas Eve in the mall.
Attention shoppers. The mall is now closed.